Yo, what is going on, guys? Bashtian here, and today, guys, we're uploading on a Saturday. First of all, it's very exciting news already, but second of all, I'm going to be coming at you today with my updated True King Dinosaur deck profile. This deck has not been meta relevant since 2018 when Denglong got on the Forbidden Limited list, but now that it's off the Forbidden Limited list, we can now finally play this deck at the fullest potential possible. Now, this deck will get updated once the new dinosaur support comes out in what I believe is called Wild Survivors in about a week or so, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe for that. But for now, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what the most likely best possible list for dinosaurs is going to be for this upcoming week and potentially for the next format as well. Dinosaurs is going to be a very strong deck and very much slept on. Definitely was in the past formats, will be continuing to be in next formats as well. Now that we do have access to Denglong, it gives us so much more access to additional Omni Negates, additional plays, additional combo lines, some rank 9 plays, level 9 synchro plays that we did not have access to before, guys. So make sure you stay tuned for the full video so you guys get the full sauce. So go ahead and get right into it, guys, starting off with the monsters. For the monsters, guys, starting off with 3 Soul Eating Oviraptor. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get any clapback on that one. That's pretty self-explanatory. Next, we play 3 copies of Baby Ceratosaurus with 2 copies of Petite Tyranna. I did consider bumping this up to 3, but 2 is good enough for right now. We don't want to essentially clog our hand too bad, so let's go ahead and get rid of those. We play 2 copies of Amador and Archosaur. I want to get the secret rares, but it is what it is. Amador and Archosaur is pretty much necessary. Just make sure you're able to go ahead and search out your double evolution pill and pop your babies to get additional recursion off that as well. There we go, get rid of that. We play the level 4s, 1 miscellaneous source, of course, still at 1, but if it ever comes off the ban list at 3, this deck is going absolutely bananas. 1 Giant Rex, of course, is necessary extender. 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, necessary. 1 copy of Pankertops. 1 copy of Dogoron, and I am still playing 1 copy of Overtex Quatless. I just like the additional negates you get with it, and it's an additional option you get to go ahead and summon out. I do see a lot of people cut this card for just other whether it's spell traps and go ahead and play in the deck, but realistically I do still like this card. If you want to go ahead and take it out, you can feel free to go ahead and put in like an Upstart Goblin, Pop Prosperity in this deck. Is perfectly fine as well. Let's go ahead and move on from there. Now, I do not believe I played this in the previous deck profile I did for you guys about 2 months ago, but I did go back to playing the Scrap Engine here as well with the Scrap Golem, just so we make sure we get to see this as consistently as possible, first of all, and also a huge benefit to this is additional level 4 dinosaur tuners, which let you go into your synchro plays and also your Xyz plays a lot more easily because it is level 4, so you go ahead and Xyz with him to lock your Dolka. You can also synchro summon with him extremely easily as well, so these are super essential as far as making sure you're able to have a more diverse combo lines, if you will. Next, we play 3 copies of True King Lithosogen, by far the best True King. There's a reason this card was limited. Honestly, I think True King Lithosogen is absolutely busted card. Now that number 86 Mind Hacker is gone, I think this is going to take the place of it as the most annoying card when it comes to dealing with the extra deck. Lithosogen, if you guys have not read this card, if you pop 1 Earth monster in your hand along with 1 other monster in order to summon it. Now, if you pop both monsters that you pop with this card to summon, special summon from your hand, are Earth monsters, you get to look at 3 cards. You get to look at your opponent's entire extra deck, pick 3 of them, and you just get rid of them. So honestly, those gems super good in order to make sure you're able to really maximize on your big power plays with the dinosaur deck. Also, we play 1 copy of Shiwen. I know it's a proxy. I don't have the Shiwen. It just skyrocketed in value, and I think right now it's like a $20 card right now, so I didn't want to pick it up for that much because it's not the deck that I'm going to be playing at locals, but it is something that you are going to want to play Shiwen because it's level 1, it's a tuner, you need a Yangzing on board to activate your 9 pillars, which of course we do play in the deck, and it's mandatory. So we'll go ahead and move on from there. If there's other alternative options, I'll make sure I look into them for you guys, and I'll put them down in the comment section down below for you guys. But that's it for the monsters, guys. Now on to the spells. We play 1 copy of Dragonic Diagram. So excited to be playing this card. Absolutely love Dragonic Diagram. Just the way it functions is really cool. Pop a card you control or in your hand. Search any True King, True Draco. 1 copy of Lost World and 1 Terraforming. Now previous copies previous versions of the deck did play multiple copies of Lost World. We want to go ahead and get rid of those extra copies so we can go ahead and put in the Denglong package into the main deck as well. So Lost World we're going to be relying a lot less on, but it's still nice to have the diversity of the option to either go into Diagram or Lost World depending on what we need from there. Next, other consistency pieces, we do play 3 copies of Lost World. Not Lost World, 3 copies of Fossil Dig, of course. That's pretty much mandatory. Next, for our going second cards, I played 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, along with 3 copies of Book of Eclipse. Now, Book of Eclipse, I know what you guys might be thinking, this card was only good during Cashier format. That is not the case, my friend. In Dinos, Book of Eclipse is actually super broken because of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, just being able to run over everything your opponent has, burning your opponent for 1,000 for each defense position monster it destroys. So honestly, Book of Eclipse is really good, specifically in the Dinosaur deck when going second. And Dark Ruler No More, of course, just go ahead and get rid of all your opponent's monster effects and go clean off on them as well. What I love about this deck is that it can very easily go first or second now that we do have the Denglong package to help us out with our first turn plays. To wrap up the spells, we play 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill, of course, and then 1 copy of 9 Pillars. I know it's a 20-cent card, and know still even the ultra rare is 20 cents. I looked through my book, I don't have it, whatever. So that is going to be it for the main deck, guys. It's a 40 card main deck. As I was saying, what I love about the deck now is that because we have Denglong package now, it has such much easier time going first, making some really good nasty boards, guys. So honestly, I absolutely love that about the deck. Now that again we're gonna go ahead and start with the extra deck, but now we have Denglong. Being able to search 9 pillars is super huge. Also, Denglong leads us into other place, which we can go ahead and get to at a later video. If you guys want to go ahead and see that, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you guys want to see test hands or combo tutorials with this deck. I'll be able to get that for you guys. So 1 copy of Denglong, first for the Yang Xing, 1 Virtual World Shenshin, 1 Borreload Savage Dragon, and 1 Baron de Fleur. I think this is pretty much all the main synchros you need. You can also play cards like Cyframe Omega. You can also play additional level 9s. You can play X-Saber Gothams in this. So there's different things you can get. You can definitely go ahead and play. So that's gonna be it for the synchros, though. As far as what I'm playing, for the links, this is where it may differ. I'm not sure how I feel about the links, but I do want to go ahead and have my initial thoughts out there. Of course, 1 Link Karibo for the Amador Archosaur play. I do still play the 1 Secure Gardna. This is the 1 card that I'm very much debating cutting and putting in an IP Masquerena. So we don't play IP as far as our links goes, but we do play some really good alternative pieces that also help in just making sure that we're able to establish as big a board as possible. 1 copy of Cross Sheep, 1 Scrap Wyvern, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. I did get the alternate artwork, guys. So really excited about that one. But honestly, I think this is really all you need in order to be able to make sure that you're able to still put up your big boards. Appaloosa, I put over X-Code Talker to make sure I have better going first boards as well. So that is something I want to go ahead and keep in mind. But in the event you guys are sticking to the more going second build of this deck, you can still play the exact same main deck. That's not going to change. But you are going to want to alter the extra deck to match that also. So if you are playing going second variant with Dinos, you are going to put it in an Access Code Talker instead of the Appaloosa. So it is something to keep in mind moving forward. But that's going to be it for the links, guys. Now on to the XZs that we play. We'll play 1 Dolka, 1 Lagia. I still don't know where my Lagia is. I swear I had them and I don't know where they are. Whatever. 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Baguska, and 1 copy of Phantom Fortress Enter Blathnir. So that is a mouthful. But essentially what this does, guys, it takes 2 level 9 monsters in order to make. So really easy to make right off the bat. If you guys are not read these cards, the card's actually really good. So go ahead and read it together, right? So once per turn, you can detach 1 XZ material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Banish a card your opponent controls, banish 1 random card from your opponent's hand, banish 1 card from your opponent's graveyard, or banish the top card of your opponent's deck face up. So essentially, it's like a Trishula, but more simmered down. And Trishula is another card you can definitely go ahead and fit into this extra deck as well. Again, it just really depends on how you want to build it. There's the hand loop version, there's the more make the strongest board possible, so you can go ahead and go first with the deck. There's the break the board deck, so there's really multiple ways you can go ahead and take this. But honestly, I think this is the most balanced version of the deck possible. I really like the way the deck plays now, the way the deck feels. It feels very much like how it did back in the day, but of course we used to play Jiraiya back in the day, so I wanted to do some testing with that, see if that's still a viable option as well, but we'll see, guys. Honestly, once we get a Miscellaneousaurus back off the Forbidden Limited list to 3, I think this deck's going to go absolutely through the roof. I think that the limiting of Miscellaneousaurus limits the amount of course, plays that the deck can overall make, limits the grindability, limits the extenders you have in your deck as well, so that is something to keep in mind. But not to say that, honestly, guys, I think with Giant Rex is enough of an extender. Honestly, the deck itself as it plays is really good. So honestly, if you guys want to see some test hand combos, let me know in the comment section down below. But honestly, let me know what your honest opinions are on this deck profile, guys. I honestly really am enjoying the deck. The only reason I'm not playing this at locals is because I just love Sky Striker too much, guys. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll let you guys know in a future video. Also, make sure you guys stay tuned for future deck profiles, live duels, discussions, all of the above, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.